All right, welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about a little skill you can learn to help you with your twisting. You're going to need a trampoline for this one. You can either go to like a trampoline park, backyard trampoline, or trampoline in a gym like this if you can get to one, okay? There's a couple things you're going to need to be able to do. One of them is to be able to do a backdrop. So a backdrop looks like this. From a standing position, you have to be able to drop to your back, feet up in the sky, and back up onto your feet, okay? This is going to require some core control. You're going to have to be able to do a good sit-up or something like that, okay? First thing you can practice before even doing that is just lay down on the trampoline with your feet to the sky, like this, feet to the sky. You can have it straight up, that's fine. You can have a light bend in your legs. Arms are up here also, and your head is not against the trampoline, it's up. You got to keep this strong. Start from here and try to kick the legs, push through the hips, kick the legs, and start getting a little bounce. Get used to this position. Okay? So you want to get used to that position. Start it that way, actually. That's probably one of the best ways you can start this. Try to remain consistently in the middle of the trampoline. One thing you can do is actually stare at the ceiling and see a spot above you and try to stay underneath that spot. That way you know consistently where you are. The next thing you got to do is learn how to do it back-to-back from standing. So from here, okay, jump to the back, back, from standing. Okay. The next thing you're going to be learning how to do is doing a half twist. So the next position you're going to learn how to do is either a stomach drop or you're going to learn how to do a hands and knees drop. Okay. Stomach drop looks like this. Stomach, back up. A hands and knees drop looks like this. Hands and knees at the same time. Okay. Now, a stomach drop is a little bit more technical than a hands and knees drop because you're landing on your stomach. You cannot land in a push-up position. This is a really easy way to push your shoulder out of place. So you want to land with forearms flat in a diamond position underneath your face. Your head is slightly lifted because you don't want to run into the trampoline, and your knees are slightly bent. Your thighs and chest are all on the trampoline. So from that, you're here, laying flat on the trampoline. I don't know if you can see, I can see myself. Laying flat here, okay? From this position, push the hips up, like you're doing a little plank position, and then push the hands. Try to hop from here. Push off, like that. Again, you are not pushing like a push-up. It's a really easy way to injure your shoulder. Go from here, little pushes, and then push through on the way out of that. So that's a stomach drop. Third position is you want to know how to do a hands and knees drop. That's hands and knees at exactly the same time. If one goes before the other, it's going to flip you weird. So hands and knees at the same time. Think about pushing the shoulders down, and forward, like that. Kind of like let's say a pseudo planche, but arms are not back here, but you want to be pressing down and shoulders down and back. So from here, hands and knees, get used to this position, push through the legs, back up. Okay, next thing you want to do is from there, you're going to learn how to go from your back and flip over to your hands and knees or stomach. If you don't quite make it over, you can actually land a little bit on your side, but try not to do that first. Really make sure you get to your hands and knees. So you can either start in either direction. You can start on your hands and knees and go to your back, or go from your back and go to your hands and knees. From here, hands and knees, to my front. From here, to the back. Okay? That's the first thing you want to look at. The next thing you want to look at is how to make that a consistent twist all the way through. So you're going to want to start, if you're going to land, start from your back position. You want your legs a little bit apart and your arms a little bit apart. So you're kind of like in this, I don't know what that one thing is that Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci made, something like called the Perfect Man or something. And he's like, you know, like this. You're going to kind of hit the trampoline like that with your arms out and your legs a little bit out. And then when you twist over, you're going to bring everything in. So try to do that, but land on your hands and knees first. So from here, bring everything in and land like that, or land to your stomach. Once you start getting the hang of that, you're going to try and do a 360 spin all the way around to your back again. Okay? Ways you can bail out of this move if you're not going to quite make it around: take one hand, push yourself over to the other side. So if I wasn't going to quite make it, let's say I get around to the hands and knees drop position, I'm not going to quite make it. From there, I would just push myself over with that one hand and go to my back safely. So the whole thing together in one spot, on your back, legs open, arms open, and you're going to spin everything in tight, Bring the legs together, that's really important. Here, together, back, and back up again. All right, mess around with it. It's gonna take some time to get the orientation of it, but make sure those legs are apart. Make sure that your feet are up, because if they're not up, then you'll actually flip off the trampoline one side to the other. So always make sure that your legs are straight above you, okay? When you do the actual spin, they can be a little bit more in front of you a little bit, but you gotta play around with that backdrop position, get really comfortable with it. Otherwise, you're going to go off the trampoline. That looks like this if you mess it up. If your legs go to one side versus the other, push back, and you're gonna bounce off to the side like that, all right? And that's for a different skill that you can use for. So make sure you have it right. Anyway, that's it. Little thing to help you with twisting. If you get that really, really good, there are other ways to develop it as well. That is one way to develop it. Bring arms in, bring everything into the center, legs out, everything into the center. Try it out, have fun with it, be safe. See you next time.